What's up? Hope everyone's doing wonderful tonight. David Hamrick, thank you, my friend. Welcome, one and all. I trust you are doing fabulous tonight. V Center from Orlando, what is up? Lisa Bartlett, what is up? A lot of people. Good to see you guys. Digging that intro music. Yeah, we're going to stick with it for a while. Thanks, Jamie. Bang, we will open the lines at 100 likes. We'll get this thing rolling. If I like to get this out of the way, that's why I like to have a buffer zone to get to 100 likes so I can talk a bit before we get into the show. If you want to donate, you definitely can. You can go down to the money sign below the super chat, or you can go to my PayPal and or Patreon. Some of the mods in there in the chat will definitely post those links. We have a busy night. What's up, Colin? Are you the only mod in here today? If so, that's okay. Just got to keep up. Help me, please, sir. Yeah. So been on 8chan. I've posted a couple videos today. One on the Federal Reserve and another one on Kevin Spacey. Both great podcasts. Very good podcasts that you should check out and spread. Thank you, Chief Smokey. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, you can definitely go to the Patreon right there, and you can email me anything you want to. Colin is pushing out the links. And guys, we got a busy night. Supposedly a lot of stuff is going on right now. Why is Trump going to Iraq? Why is he in Iraq? It was not scheduled. We will see. Nesitos. I don't believe so. No. I do not believe that is what it is. Warrior for Christ, what's up? Tell you something good. Yeah, I think something is definitely in the midst of happening right now. Again, this is going to be like a silent takeover. And yeah, definitely some talk. If you are on Jamie, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. If you want to definitely get on 8chan, I will post the link for you guys. If you want to go ahead and go through the boards. Thank you, Jamie. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. There you go. There's the link to 8chan. Error, try again. Why would it say that? Let me try this again. Will it not let me post this link? Oh, weird. It will not let me post a link. Wow. Jelly Bean, absolutely. It will not let me post the link to the Q board on 8chan. Very strange. It won't let me allow it. It won't allow me to put it in the chat. I can put any other link in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. See, I can post a Twitter link, but it will not allow me to post the cue board. I'm going to try one more time. Nope, it won't allow me. That's so weird. Wow. Strange. Where we go one, we go all. Hello, Patriots. David McAteer. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you are here. True story. The government shutdown is the beginning of the extermination, the start of the systematic manslaughter of us. I hope not. Yeah, it is Jurassic. Yeah, definitely. Slim Frank, good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure to see Slim Frank. AB, what's up? So, yeah, POTUS is abroad. And what I see here are some posts that I saw on 8chan and on Twitter. We can check those out real quick. And we were seeing that right here it says, country is shut down, check. Q said Trump would be safe out of the country, check. The stage is set, check. Executive orders in place, check. Gitmo ready, check. Supreme Court, check. Senate, check. Digital army in place, check. Where we go one, we go all. So I don't know. True about Bush. That's what I'm hearing. I heard that he got a lethal injection. There's a video going around that is saying that that is what has happened. Well, he's going to Iraq, and then there's another designated area where we are not allowed to know where he's going. So Blue Avion are here. Share your love and support, fellow man. ET disclosure, Arctic, etc. Cities, technology. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. V Sender, what did you hear? What did you guys hear? What did you hear? Yeah. Whoop. POTUS will be abroad and well insulated. I saw that post. Jurassic. Let's open up the phone lines. You want to? We're at 119, 300 people in here. Let's open up the line. It is now open. Let me get this rolling real quick. Oh, my goodness. There we go, boys. Bad Goy. Trump is in Germany. That's what you saw? Yeah, no new tweets. Also, no Q posts. I was looking at that too. V Sender, yeah, that's what I saw. That is what I read. That is what I read. Again, the line is 803-399-0044. If you want to call in and talk about some stuff, it's an open forum. Give you about 5 minutes to chat so we can move through the calls. I know it's 8 o'clock and it is on a Wednesday night, but we get fairly busy. We get busy when the Chans are busy, right? Okay, Smodaloo. Okay, so it's from Sedan. Okay, well, on the subreddit it said YouTube. So I'm just reading what I saw. Susan Bremer, I don't know. I'm not sure. New York bad boy. Ramstein Air Force Base, Germany. That's where he is now. Why was it like, is he just surprising people? Yeah. Yeah, Papa Bush was the one that was eradicated, right? Yeah. So we got 140 likes and 350 people in here. Please click the like button. We're all in here together. We're all chatting. This is an open forum. And I would greatly appreciate it if you did call and if you did leave a like. Usually on nights, very busy. If we can get to 250 likes, this stream could be, it could definitely be recommended to other people so we can get more and more people in here to check out the channel. First call of the night.
Chuck. To accept.
Hey, Tuck, what's up?
Hey, I just got a question.
Sure.
Concerning the wall.
Okay.
Now, in the beginning of Trump campaign, he was stating that he would make the Mexican pay for it. So why are we in a dilemma to where we having a government shutdown when he campaigned that he would make the Mexicans pay for the wall? Just want to make sure that I'm hearing everything right.
Yeah, well, I believe that the USMCA, the trade agreement that he put on Canada and Mexico, that itself is paying for the wall. Also, the money that we get from tariffs on other countries, this is all paying for the wall. I don't believe it's coming out of the taxpayers' pocket.
So what's the government shutdown is all about?
The government shutdown is on the Democrats because they don't want the wall, obviously, and they're willing to shut down the government over it. That's pretty much it. They're just being stupid. They're being stubborn. Excuse me, not stupid. They're being completely stubborn. But that's what it's about. It's pretty. Go ahead.
So the wall will get paid for by the Mexicans, regardless.
Absolutely. It's just kind of he works. People say he does 5D chess. So he makes people pay for things through bills and executive orders and all kinds of stuff. He doesn't have to necessarily strike a deal, but he did with them. And with all the money that's coming in through these tariffs, it'll pay for the wall tenfold.
Okay, because I'm just concerned. I'm a veteran. I'm just concerned about, the well-being of the government shutdown and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no concern. Yeah. This is part of the plan.
Okay, I got you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah, Justice Roberts is definitely compromised. They probably threatened his family, so they gotta. Ruth Bader Ginsburg's got to get out of there. She's probably already dead, and then they'll put in another person who abides by the Constitution, has a conservative outlook, and cannot be comped. So.
Thomas Bateman.
To accept, press 1.
What's up, man? How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
I have a question about. Remember when that train crashed with all the Republicans on it when they were going through Green?
Yes.
Whatever happened to the survivor in the truck, and why were they there? Did we ever find that out?
That's a really good question. That was a while ago. I don't remember.
It was a while ago, but you never heard anything about it again. You never heard what happened to the survivor, why they were on the train, and what happened to him, and did he go to jail for it? Was he criminally held for it?
Dude, that is a really good question. I don't remember. Wasn't there like 3 people in that truck?
One died,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember they were saying that the Republicans that were doctors were trying to revive him, and I remember that there was another person that did survive, and they never said that he went to the hospital or what happened to him or when he was interviewed, what they were doing on the train, because that area was completely shut down, and there was supposed to be nobody there. For a train to just stop on the tracks like that when it was full of Republicans, it seemed like a deep state ploy to me to kill the Republicans. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there was definitely an attempt there, but we never had no one. And I love watching all these shows on YouTube. I love all you guys. You're amazing heroes to me, and I'm just so proud of you all for the work you do. But nobody ever asked that question. Nobody ever followed up on it.
Well, we can definitely. That is a great question. I'm going.
You got to find out what happened to that guy.
Yeah, we need to. A lot of people. A good place to check would be on 8chan. I'll write that down now, and I'll go on 8chan and see what people say.
All right.
Yeah, man. Great question.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. See ya.
Vinny.
Hey, Vinny. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. Appreciate you letting me on.
Yeah, man. Not a problem.
So I just wanted to throw a topic out there that I feel like it's kind of like not talked about enough.
Mhm.
You know, our relationship with Israel and us
Yes.
giving them $3 billion a year to fund their socialist ethno-state.
Yes.
They have free healthcare, free college, you know.
Yes.
Our infrastructure is crumbling, and you just see more, you know, more loyalty under Trump. I mean, yeah, he's making accommodations, he's making stuff happen. But at the end of the day, you know, we're still fighting wars for Israel. None of these wars in the Middle East benefit us, man. You know, we got, you know, 30 something service members killing themselves a day on these SSRI drugs. You know, coming back from these Middle Eastern countries that don't serve our interests, man. I mean, there's been whistleblowers from the CIA and FBI that have said the same thing. But you know, they control the public opinion. You can't say anything about it, or you get labeled, you know, an anti-Semite for even
That's the psyop.
talking about the policy.
That's the psyop. Correct.
Well, I mean, among other things, I mean, you look at who started the ADL, Anti-Defamation League. It was one of these mobsters that worked with Meyer Lansky. You know, the Jewish mafia was the most ruthless mafia in the U.S., but it's not portrayed in Hollywood that way. I wonder why. They throw the Italians out there, but Murder Inc. Was the most ruthless in America, but they got the ADL, and then they eventually got AIPAC. And it's very interesting. You can look on my channel. I'll post in the chat. You can look at what Bobby Kennedy and JFK were fighting against,
Mm-hmm.
because it used to be the Zionist Organization of America,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted to register as a domestic lobby group. Well, JFK and Bobby Kennedy, they fought against that tooth and nail. Well, it just so happens that after they died, ever since then, they've had the strongest national lobby in America. Pretty much affects foreign and domestic policy making, and it hasn't changed. And not only that, they haven't signed on to the Non-Proliferation Treaty, but yet all these other countries have to. You know,
Right.
We've never inspected their nukes, just like the Federal Reserve, man. Run by the Rothschilds.
Yeah.
So I mean, until we address this big elephant in the room, I feel like we're just playing these status games. We're fighting each other, and it's fun.
I agree.
The cucks on the left,
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not our enemy, man. They're our neighbors, and they're fucking duped. I mean, the bigger, the bigger issue here, man, is it's beyond politics, man. It's this subversive group that has entrenched itself in our government, and these Zionist Christians. I mean, that's a fallacy in and of itself. But none of these Christians look into the Schofield Bible rhetoric, where the Rockefeller Institute pretty much wrote the Jews into Christianity. I mean, you listen to these rabbis in Israel; they spit, they curse, they don't even say Jesus' name.
Correct.
So I don't see what our loyalty is with them. Like I said, it doesn't serve our best interest, and at the end of the day, they exacerbate racial tensions.
Yes, they do.
Go look into who did history, who did slavery, man. Who was predominantly ran slavery, who funded the ships, and who brought them over here, and who owned the cotton plantations. It was Jewish people. But who rolls out another movie every year about slavery to exacerbate racial tension? Throwing John P. Cracker Smith from down south, some white guy doing it all. But if you look into who did it, it was them, man. But like I said, it just stokes this divide and conquer, It
is, man. And the thing is, and you're right. Once you start to talk like that, I believe you're speaking truth. I believe you are. But when that's the whole game of it, is now you're labeled a complete anti-Semitic.
Yeah, they shut down the debate before it even starts.
Right. So we have to, I know what you're saying, and people are saying in the chat there's two types of Jews, and I get that. There are two types of Jews. They're the Zionists, and then there's Jews.
But I mean, ask yourself, people. It's like, why don't we learn about the Bolsheviks?
Mm-hmm.
You can look up Alexander Solzhenitsyn. He's a Pulitzer Prize-winning author. He lived through the Bolsheviks, and he said these people were not Russians. They were not Christians. They hated Christians. They hated Russians, and they were driven by their hatred for Christianity. But they just rammed the Holocaust down our throats. But these two events happened concurrently.
Mm-hmm.
Even General Patton said we fought the wrong enemy in World War II. So
I know, man, and it's
people really need to go back and look at their history and just look at some of these lies that we were told, and some of this guilt that we harbor. That we can never figure it out, and there's a reason. This world isn't as chaotic as we think. But when you're fed lies and you're misdirected, I don't know. I feel like it's that old saying. It's kind of cliche, but if you don't learn from your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Well, if
absolutely.
False history, then you're going to be, I don't know, you're not going to go anywhere. So,
no, man,
I really appreciate you letting me on, man. I usually get hung up on or don't get through, so I appreciate it.
No, open forum, my friend, open forum. Dude, anytime you want to call, you can call, man. I agree with you.
Yeah, there's this group on the internet. It's called the GDL, the Goyim Defense League, and it's doesn't matter what color you are, where you're from, but it's just people, that don't let the semantics get to them, and they, stand up for their country and name Jewish crimes against humanity.
That's hilarious. Okay.
People are the real supremacists, man. It isn't really such a thing as white supremacy. Look who started a lot of these white supremacist groups. It was crypto Jewish people. The first movement that started in Chicago was run by Frank Collins, and his parents were allegedly Holocaust survivors. And after he stoked up all this racial tension, he just absconded into the night.
Jesus.
So, I mean, just look at this stuff both ways. There is fake
news. You have to.
But the news isn't going to tell you about what's real and what's fake. So
no.
Well, God bless, man. Keep up the good fight, brother.
All right, man. Take care, my friend. Good call.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, guys, if you think, Q has told us what's up is down, what is left is right, everything our past is completely corrupt. And if you think that that guy was being racist, by any means, he wasn't. He really wasn't.
Jamie Lavender. To accept.
What's up, Jamie Lavender? How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Just trying to keep things in order. What's up?
I kind of wanted to maybe bring back up how you introduced me to the Q movement a little bit back in April. I was terrified. We were in Syria. Somehow I ended up on your protocol video of the Illuminated Sun, part 1 and 2. Do you remember those videos at all? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, that's the one with Trump on the front.
Yeah, and still to this day, I can go right back. And we're following protocols almost to a T, and even the protocol says they're saving Israel for last. They don't say a word about them. I almost think that's like a keep your enemies closer, make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
While you divorce them.
Absolutely.
But and then recently, I just wanted to maybe let you know, maybe make a video about those. They have the Revelations now, part 3 and 4, that came out in September. I just stumbled upon them maybe a week or so ago. Those are pretty interesting. I think you should look into.
By the same people?
Yes, that change.
Send it to me in my email.
I will, absolutely.
Do you know my email?
Keep up the good work.
Do you know my
True Reporting at Gmail?
Yeah, 1985 at Gmail.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll send it on over.
Yes, ma'am. I'll definitely I'll do a video for you because those were great articles.
And you can keep referring back to them too. Like when you feel lonely, you don't know what's going on. Everybody listen. Go to the protocols, know them, read them, and you'll know what's going on. You'll know not to fall into the trap because the victory was assured the day that Trump was elected, right?
Absolutely. I will definitely go back. Thank you for filling me in. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. You filled me in.
Yes, ma'am.
Helped me during a very dark time.
That's right. Well, I'm glad to help you.
Yeah, great. I'll send those over and I'll keep listening tonight. Good show.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jamie. Hey, Manitoba Mike. What's up? Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. The one guy calls, and I agree with some of what he says. And, yeah, that's the PSYOP. Don't you get it? That's the PSYOP. It's just like what's happening now. Don't say transgender, or don't call that person a man. She's a woman, or it's an it. That's the PSYOP. It's trying to confuse everything. Yeah, don't offend anyone. Ooh. Please don't offend me. No, this is a very, very positive channel. There's nothing bad about this channel. It's grassroots. And, whatever you guys want to talk about, I don't care. I think it's hilarious. I mean, it's serious. Look into it. If you think it, just look into it. Oy vey. Yeah. Thank you, Another Phase. Yeah. So what's going on? Do you guys frequent the chants? If you frequent the chants, press 1. If you don't, press 2. I just want to see kind of like throughout if you frequent 8chan, can you press 1 if you do and 2 if you don't? So more twos than ones. That's okay. Abstract, I had a great Christmas. I had a great Christmas. I have some. Sergel Alad lives. Yeah, I have some. We could check out. Let's check out some. Q is not posted yet, but it says here. I'm not answering it if it's from a caller ID. Cause it's probably a shill. Danielle, yeah, a lot of people call. It's hard to keep up. Let's see, Pocket Puppets, blah, blah, blah. There's bad people, blah, 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 blah. Listen, guys, we don't have to stay on that topic. We can move on, right? We can move on.
Quinte? To accept.
Hey, Quinte, what's up?
Hello, how are you? How was your Christmas?
I had a great Christmas. How was yours?
Beautiful. You know, I listened to a sermon about idle talk and that we shouldn't be speaking in idle words right now because things are so critical that it is important that we interface with our family on a spiritual level, you know, but also spreading truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised how many people were really in different subjects and categories had some truthers going, you know, truth movement going on in my family.
Well, that's good.
I think, yeah, we have to like meet people where they're at, you know, so truther for you and me might be somebody different for somebody in the millennials. I don't know. They just, I saw this positivity, but I wanted to comment on something kind of funny today because I love it when this happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like Alyssa Milano's tweet, Kyle Griffin's tweet, all the digs on President Trump for not visiting, you know, our troops.
Right.
And so he worked straight through the holiday. His family, I mean, I'm here in Florida, so I know they're all in Mar-a-Lago. And last weekend they had a big party, I know, because I was down there in West Palm and I saw that they were having kind of a big party because they opened both gates.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't know if they celebrated early or what, but then him flying directly to Iraq with Melania was just, I mean...
That wasn't planned, correct?
Right, and there was, you know, they were tracking the Air Force One. I think I tweeted you that today.
Yeah.
It was a little odd, you know, but why should our president disclose where he's going in a dangerous part of the world?
Absolutely,
I mean,
should
really.
never do that.
I mean, I just feel like telling all these media people with what you guys are doing to him, why should he tell you anything? He doesn't have to, especially when it comes to the safety and security of his family. At Christmas time.
I saw a picture, Quinte, of it was like the whole Trump family, but Barron wasn't in it. Did you see that picture? It was weird.
No.
It was the two sons, Don Jr. and Eric and Ivanka, but Barron wasn't there, and they had the kids and everything, but he wasn't in there.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Well,
what.
at that age, he could be skiing, for the night.
I don't know, man. Would they let him out to do that?
Yeah, I'm sure he gets to go do things with his friends. My kids were doing stuff like that at that age, and
yeah,
I think it's it happens.
Yeah,
they have an event or something, but no, I don't know if they're protecting him in some way, but I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to Iraq. That's a dangerous place, unstable. We shouldn't put our troops in danger by telling our media, who hates our president so badly that it's becoming obvious that they hate him too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody can stand them anymore. I think that the hate from them, especially at Christmas time, and especially in my family, it was visceral.
Yeah, I mean,
Feel that it's just weird to do that at the holidays. I mean,
God, I know, but when your world, when your world is in, wrapped in all of this stuff, it's hard not to talk about anything else,
Right. But I think that more people are aggravated with it.
Yeah, they are. They are. They're definitely. They don't even want to hear it. They'd rather just shoot it down. I don't know.
I'm talking about from the media and all the nasty things they're saying about our president. I know people. I was with a girl that's from Belgium and she lives in Guatemala, and she doesn't really particularly like the president, but she respects him. He's our president, and she just follows whatever rules she's in each country. And even she said that the media just is awful.
Oh, it's terrible.
Worldwide, I think.
Well, why do you think? Do you think something's going to go down tonight? I read something earlier.
Yes.
I did too. I read something earlier about how everything's kind of check marked off. Trump's out of the country. He's isolated on Air Force One.
Right.
Somebody said he's in Germany right now. I thought he was going to Iraq and then to an undisclosed area.
I don't think we should know where he is right now. If he's in danger for any reason, he
can
do what he needs to do. And our military needs to take care of themselves too that way. And no more stand down orders. We're protecting our president. And I would just say that sorry about that.
That's all right.
I understand that. I think Trump does a lot of double meanings in what he does. He makes it count. So if there's a government shutdown, I heard that takes away some power from certain people so they could be arrested on the streets. Mm-hmm.
Trump Fox News is showing him in Germany.
People. Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what's next in Germany.
Yeah.
Didn't they just legalize child marriage today or this week or recently?
Where?
In Germany.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they did.
Ugh.
Because they said it's, as you were speaking to your other people, they said it was offensive that they would be labeled, pedophiles.
Jesus.
To their religion. Yeah. Again, the laws of the land, everybody has to be sovereign and have their laws. So, I don't like Germany. I wouldn't live there. I wouldn't have lived there because I went there when the wall came down the next year. And I literally saw that walking down the street. One side was black and white and the other side looked alive. And it was crazy.
Where?
In Germany when the wall came down. I was there the next year.
Oh, geez, that's amazing.
I took a 3-week trip through Germany. Yeah, my family was from Norway, so we went all the way up to Norway. But yeah, I went right through by east and west. It was bizarre. The stores were completely different. The people acted different ways. It's exactly like you'd imagine it, north and South Korea. It's exactly like that.
Weird.
Hmm. But I'm I love Jewish people. I love all people. I love Islamic people. I mean, I don't have problems with people. I have problems with bureaucrats that want to ruin people's lives.
Yeah, they do. That's all they want to do. They want to feed off our sadness and our struggle.
Right. We have to be happy. And I just want to say, I may come across very happy, but I go through my trials and tribulations too. And, we all do. We just have to be positive for each other and know and have faith that, there's some big things happening tonight, I think, between now and New Year's.
Yeah, I posted something on I just feel like we're gonna get Q posts or something tonight, something strange, just because Trump's flying about, and I know that he posts. I know that even if it's Q plus, I get that that's directly him. But even when Q himself or itself posts themselves,
right.
I'm sure Trump is in on some of those posts also. So it's just, I just have a feeling we're going to see it.
The Santa Claus of America. Do you follow that account on Twitter? I can't remember his Twitter handle.
Yeah, I do. I follow it. I usually see people retweeting this stuff.
So there was a good little video he has. He has a very small YouTube channel. It's just clips.
Mm-hmm.
But there's about three back. There's one of him flying Air Force One in a Santa suit and landing into a military. So, I mean, not everybody follows him, but if you did, then you knew what that meant.
Right.
That Trump was going to go to Iraq. I mean, but it was kind of funny because they had Santa inside and he was waving, flying the plane.
Well, I pray for him. I'm going to pray for him tonight because he may be, he's always in danger, but him flying around out of the country and stuff like that. And I get that he has jets around him and, the skies are completely wide open for him to fly. So, Quinte, I appreciate the call. I got so many people calling right now. Good to always hear from you.
Yeah.
Good to always hear from you. And thanks for, messaging me on Twitter and stuff like that too.
Okay. Yeah. So anybody that wants to follow me on this, I'm at Lavender Live.
At Lavender Lives.
One word. Yes.
Yeah, she posts some good stuff, Quinte. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Blessings. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye. Quinte, longtime listener, calls in a lot too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did start the diet today too.
Nikki?
Hey, Nikki, what's up?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Oh, well, I called because I wanted to talk about, well, actually, I believe it's Massachusetts that I'm kind of concerned about with, well, apparently they have this hotline where if anyone criticizes Islam, they're supposed to call and report it, and like in Massachusetts, and like, this is America.
Right, yeah.
We're like, we have freedom of speech. Like now, of course, I know they want to, I feel like they want to try to take it, but, I feel like we should be able to criticize since we do have freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
And I don't feel like it's right in America to have a hotline like that where people are reported and what's going to happen to them when they're reported.
Yeah, basically they're going to be put on a list.
Is that like a terror watch list or something? Or
I'm
like
talking about the person who's complaining. Are you talking about? About a person who calls in on that hotline and says that they're Islamophobic? Somebody's being Islamophobic is obviously. I mean,
like if you're at the Walmart and you hear somebody
talking negatively about, Islam, Muslim, anything like that, then you're supposed to call and report that person for saying that on this hotline. So I was just like, wanted to bring attention to that because I think that's a big deal here in America to have that we actually have something like that. That's kind of terrifying to me.
That is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That actually exists. And I know Boston's extremely liberal, so it doesn't surprise me. But we need to get rid of that garbage. That is just, if I saw somebody doing that, it's like, what are you doing, man? They're trying to bleed it into our societies and integrate us, and I don't like it.
Yeah, and there's, I think we should all respect each other's cultures and stuff, respect my beliefs, I respect yours, I leave you alone, leave me alone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let me believe what I want, but, when it comes to forcing things on people is when I have a problem with it,
Yeah, same thing's going on. Somebody just posted in the chat. Same thing goes on in Minnesota. I already knew that. I've done podcasts on Minnesota, and a lot of Somalians there. It's rampant over that way. But good call, and thanks for bringing that to our attention. If you live in Boston, I would try and maybe talk to.
I don't. I'm an Ohio deplorable.
Oh yeah, well, Ohio. You're in Ohio. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm over here in South Carolina. A lot of people from Ohio visit here. I don't know why.
Yeah, my dad's side of the family all lives there, so maybe they have family. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know when I go to the beach, I see just as many Ohio plates as I do South Carolina.
They're trying to get to the beach the closest route possible, I guess. That's far.
Right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for the call.
Thank you for your time and everything. I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention, because I think it's really important. And I think a lot of people know about it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye. So, no, I'm not talking about Myrtle Beach. There's a lot of good beaches in South Carolina. Some of the best beaches, actually. But you got to go to the ones that Beaufort and Edisto and in Georgia, too. There's some down that way. Hunting Island is good. Good places down there, man. Quiet beaches.
Justin?
To accept, press.
What is up, Justin? How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. I tried to find your YouTube. I couldn't find it. Can you tell me it? I know it's Justin Truth, but I put that in and I couldn't find you.
Oh yeah, I'll phonetic for it. It's just JUST, the symbol and then the word true. Just and true.
All right, hold on.
Oh, it's tiny, brother. I got less than 1,000 subs right now, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, yeah, prepping in scripture.
That's it.
All right, I subscribe to you. I tried to find you the other day,
thanks,
so we're good. Yeah, I'll spread your stuff, dude.
Oh, I appreciate it, dude. It means the world. But yeah, I just actually was calling real quick about well, first of all, your last caller, second to last caller was actually talking about the red flag laws. Those callers and those numbers to ask you to call in to say that someone's being a threat or being threatening.
Yeah.
Those hotlines are tied into essentially those same hotlines that are red flag hotlines.
Dude, that's what I said. You're basically put on a list.
That's it, dude. Not only are you put on a list, you're actually actively targeted. So at that point, after that point, it's up to the feds to give your local police force and enforcement the okay to go to your house and take away any weapons if you have any, without due process, without investigation. It's happened to vet buddies of mine. It happens to a lot of people. So those are just you get put on a list, but if you have weapons and if you are a Second Amendment fan, they will take that away immediately and possibly even, they could throw you away without trial. That's an extreme case, but they are using it to take away weapons left and right.
Oh, yeah. I totally, man. That's what I told the lady. I was just like, you're on a list. You call that number in. Dude,
oh yeah, exactly.
so what are your thoughts on POTUS zipping over to Iraq and to Germany?
I think it's brave of him. I think it's extremely brave.
Mm-hmm.
Wait one moment, brother. Sorry about that.
You're fine. Yeah, his channel is called Just and the and symbol TRUE, Just and True.
Yeah, sorry about that, brother. But yeah, it's I think it's extremely brave of him, but it's at a crucial time right now where he's got a lot going on as far as pulling out of Syria, and he just wants to give our allies in the region and an excuse not to basically get flustered or to break our allegiances. I mean, one of the biggest concern for myself and also for the Middle East was Jordan. And Jordan's still a pretty large technical and investigatory strategic alliance that we have in the area, and they were freaking out. In Iraq, obviously, we have the Fed set up there since 2001. You know, they have a central bank there, and we all know how Trump feels about those guys.
Yeah, he hates them.
Oh yeah, exactly. So he's just kind of, in my opinion, flexing his nuts. I mean, he's seriously going over to places that he's criticizing. He's pulling out troops left and right of everywhere where he feels is not only an expense to the Americans, but he's doing it in a very smart way. He's pulling all these people out of Syria and pulling them out of all these areas, Afghanistan, tons out of Iraq. But before he did it, and before he did go to Germany, and before he went to the Middle East, he did those blockades that we were talking about, I think in my last call, with the his NATO troops, UN, and us, the United States Navy, have virtually blockaded and barricaded a bunch of people and have kind of choked in strategic points from the Philippine Sea, the South China, North China Sea, the strait that leads into the Black Sea. So he's well protected when he did this. But I think it's a great move on his behalf because he's trying to start a new alliance for a new America in a kind of a strange sense, where we have allies in that region, but he's trying to send a strong message saying, listen, we are no longer the old America. We're not the America that you guys knew and loved or hated. We're a brand new America, and we're not going to be stepping over anybody's rights or anybody's boundaries. We're looking out for ourselves, and we hope that you do the same. And he did not go to Iraq to talk to the Iraqis. He went to Iraq to talk to the guys that have been there for the last 20 years, you know? So
yeah,
I think that was awesome of him to do. And I think that when he went to when he went to Germany and he had to speak with kind of stepping down now, but Merkel, I think that was very, very important for what's about to happen with the Fed. I mean, it's huge. So Germany is right around that same area that we are in. They're trying to fight off the Fed and trying to establish a new central national bank rather. And it's pretty big. This is some of the biggest news, in my opinion, that we've seen in our lifetime, at least.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we'll hear from Q tonight? Do you think something is in the, like, we're anticipating something happening very, very soon?
I'm about 90%. Yeah, I think personally, based on the movement and based on the evidence that we have just from the military movement, everything that's been involved, we are expecting something extremely soon, especially after his trips abroad, because I'm not sure if we brought this up or if you brought it up in your stream before I got to catch you, but Senate did just pass that bill basically to blockade Russia from every European port and to allow the Navy to go into the Black Sea, which is huge. We're basically saying your treaty with the Ukraine is absolved. We're not going to acknowledge it whatsoever. It's an illegal treaty anyway.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of spreading around. So I think there's definitely something big coming down the pipeline. And it is so convoluted at this point because it will be a civil war, but it's not going to be a civil war in the sense where we're going to have brother fighting brother. It's going to be more of this federal government fighting the military branches and intelligence branches. So once those indictments start getting unsealed,
I think that's the big thing. We're waiting for that shoe to drop, because once we start making those arrests, you're going to see you can call it the deep state or the shadow government or whatever you want to call them. They're going to start pulling their moves, and they're going to start using whatever military ties or police ties or federal FEMA ties or anything to counterattack that. And I think that Russia and going up to Russia, going up to the Black Sea, passing this bill, which was during the same session as the wall bill. So when everybody was talking about this wall, the Senate almost unanimously passed the okay to go up into Russia and blockade Russia. So there's something coming down the pipe, especially with the naval movement that's going on. Huge naval movement that we haven't seen since WW2.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing a lot, man. There's definitely a lot. I think that Q may be silent maybe for the next day or two, because I think within the next day or two, we're going to see some huge movement in the financial sector that will be reacting to us moving up the Black Sea and moving as he moves from country to country. Yeah, I think it's going to be huge, especially in this next week. So I think we're going to see big financial moves in the next week. We're going to see, I believe, some of those indictments unsealed before the second week of mid-January. I think that's when we're going to start seeing some major arrests that we didn't think we'd ever see. And we're going to see, before that, I think we're going to see a huge, we had a little bit of a tick up today in the Dow, but that's just false, quantitative easing. We're going to see hyperinflation and all kinds of nastiness before then.
I got two questions for you. You can just give me a yes or no to both if you want to. Do you trust Benjamin Fulford? Do you trust him?
For a short answer, no. I think that he is in a great position to do good. I think that he's got a lot of people who do trust him, but by his past and his actions in the recent year and his kind of the fruits of his labor, I'm going to go ahead and say no. I don't think I do truly, fully trust him. But that's more of, that's more of me not being able to verify anything that he's accomplished or wanted to accomplish so far.
What about Robert David Steele?
That's another one where it's very complicated for me to say I have. There's very few people in those positions that I'll say, yeah, I trust him, because again, this man has been in a position where he could have been doing lots of major moves and lots of logistical support of these actions going on. He stayed relatively quiet. So again, both of those characters have stayed very relatively quiet. Now, it's either for a strategic purpose where they're going to be taking up new positions in the next year, and they needed to stay below the line of fire, if you will, to survive. And in that case, then yeah, they're doing a grade A job. But if we do not see them act or take a new position of responsibility, if we do not see them put their money where their mouth is within the next 3 months, I say go ahead and just forget about them, because they obviously are not to be trusted. Because what they say, what their mission statements are, and what they're about are all amazing. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. But until you see them take the action to prove to you that those are seriously, their agenda is at heart, then there's no reason to trust them. So at this moment, I'll say no to both. But I'll say that if what they say is true, and if their actions and plans are true, then yeah, absolutely, you can trust them. I think we'll find out that answer within the next 4 to 6 weeks.
I think so too, man. That Benjamin Fulford guy, man, he's got some really good. Just this, I don't know if it's almost like it's like fantasy almost. Like I'm like, oh, is that true? Could that be true? Like he's really good at it. Some of his articles are really interesting, but I can't. A lot of it is sources say and blah blah blah. So it's like there's no weight to it.
Right. That's exactly. Like if we don't see within the 4 to 6 weeks some of them actually name their sources, or if we don't see the actions, or if we don't see the evidence of what he's saying, then we can obviously go ahead and stop trusting him, because it wouldn't be a viable source. It would be a source where you're just misinformation or maybe even controlled opposition. I think that if you were to take it at face, then, dude, amazing. Like, I watched your video earlier this morning today, and, when you made it very clear that, I know he just says sources, and everybody hates when they hear the bland blanket term source.
Right.
In some cases, like I know firsthand, man, I have a source that nobody likes for me to say a source. But that source is straight from the horse's mouth. That's active military intelligence from the naval community. Now, I can't go ahead and say that every time, blast that. I can't tell, names or give any DDoS numbers. I can't give any kind of factual reports until it's post-date, because then you're just kind of causing more harm than good. You'll lose your sources really quick. But if you're able to report and then back up or solidify those claims within a short period of time, or if you don't even need to solidify it, if you report and then those things become true within a short period of time, then yeah, we can go ahead and believe them. As of right now, I'm taking all of it at face value. But dude, Dovia and Naprovia, trust but verify. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
we'll trust up until the moment we can verify it. But yeah, that's some bombshells, dude. I mean, it is absolutely true that we have essentially signed over our government to the Fed. I mean, a long time ago, and now it's all coming to a head, man. Most Americans don't even know about the second, not Declaration of Independence, but the second Bill of Rights. Most people don't know about the second Constitution or even about the Fed. So I think over the next few months we'll find out that these guys are either going to be knights of the round table, or they're some of the most deep, well-worded and articulated planned opposition and controlled opposition that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree, my friend. Justin, man, always a good call. I followed you on there. You got to set up that Twitter, my friend. Got to set it up.
Dude, you know what? I keep saying I will, but I definitely will today. It's just 12-hour days here at work, and then I'm on the boat for another 4. So I'm having 16-hour days right now. But I will. I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much for taking my call. It's a joy speaking with you, and good work, dude. I really love that video.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for the support, Justin. I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Of course. Have a good evening, brother.
You too, man. Bye-bye. Always a good caller, my friends.
Good dog.
What's up, dog?
Man, hello, is this the 1-800 caller show number?
Yes.
Man, I just want to tell you guys, man, I'm tired of y'all fucking hot goddamn dogs, you sick motherfucking retarded bastards. Y'all need to go fuck yourselves, man. Fuck.
Wow. That guy sounded hammered. Sounded like he was on opioids, methamphetamines or something. Did not sound good. See, the thing is, these people call in when they troll. I could totally just put their number up here and then we can just, blow their phone up. Like, we could totally do that. It would be hilarious. Somebody said DMT. That's hilarious. Yeah, just be wary. Like, if you want to troll me and you want to troll the channel, which, that was funny. That was Dog the Bounty Hunter. I will put your number on blast on this chat, and we can have 400 people call you. That'd be funny. I'm going to do that from now on. I'll put your number in here, and we'll all call it and blow that phone right up all through the night. No, Spud. I have not seen that. Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, fucking dox it. We've been on an hour and 7 minutes, guys. I'm going to take a short break. We still have 400 people in here. Let's the only thing that matters is Antarctica in Paradise, California. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go get another water. and I'll talk to you guys second. Back. I will. I'll start doing it.
Zach Maxwell.
To accept, press 1.
Hey, what's up, my friend? What's going on?
Dude, what's going on, my dude?
Nothing, man. Just got back from a little break. What are you doing?
Bro, I'm just hanging out here in Colorado, man, doing some barbecuing. You know, just trying to work all this shit we got going on, going out, you know?
Yeah, man. Supposedly.
Sorry for the cussing. Should I keep that to the minimum?
Oh, it's okay, dude. It's okay. Yeah, man. What's on your mind? What's going on?
Man, bro, I've been watching you for a while, and I don't know, I'm kind of going through, like, I got a
bunch of friends of mine. I was in the military, and I
Mhm.
worked in military intelligence, and kind of knew about all this 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't really woke yet, and basically I got out of the military because of Obama's horrible leadership, basically.
That sucks, man. So he
And-
ruined it for you?
Yeah, bro, he really he really ruined my dream, man.
God dang, that sucks.
You know, dude, it doesn't, man, because you know what? Like Flynn said, you know, people like us are far more powerful on the internet. So, you know, it's just kind of one of those things of, like, you know, my wife, she's beautiful and she's highly intelligent, but she can't really get up with the time, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to, like, low dose her and
It's probably
not going
scary for
exactly
people,
how
man.
It is very scary, bro, and I agree with you so highly because I did 2 tours in Afghanistan, dude, one under special operations as a support guy. And yeah, dude, once you meet those guys, and especially once you meet the white hats and some dudes that really like lay it down to you cryptically,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dude, you start asking some questions and you start digging, and then you have some access to some things that you shouldn't, and some of those blocks you shouldn't check get checked.
Yeah.
And there's no turning back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, and you just had to walk away because people get to you, man. I mean, like, it's really hard sometimes, dude, because I like to think of myself as a cool, calm, and collected guy, but post-military, like, trying to talk to some of the people in the world we live in, it's just hard, man.
Well, dude, and and you're not alone. Obviously, you know that. You're a smart guy. That's why I started to do this. Like, I haven't been doing the live stream for or the live call-in show. I haven't been doing it very long. Maybe at the most a month and a half. Maybe that might be the maxed out.
Oh, dude, I've been following you the whole time. I've probably tried to call in a good 50 times, bro.
Dude, that is crazy, man. Well, I'm glad you got through today, man. It gets busy on here.
Bro, this is like the first time, and you're like, I don't know, man. I'm like I love listening to you, and like, my wife just doesn't get it. She thinks like she thinks the whole awakening and Q-movement is just like this bunch of pissed off, like, people in the corner on a fucking computer. Sorry to say that, but like, just like,
I don't care.
yeah, we are. I'm sick and tired of the America that I was raised to see, which is there's only one race, that's the human race. And,
Yeah.
And dude, I was born and raised on a big, massive farm in the South, like right outside of Nashville in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so people automatically, all through my journeys in the military, all across the world, I've been all across the world. And people automatically, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Tennessee. Oh, like, they're like, oh, you're a slave beater, like, you blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, dude, like, my family owned property during the Civil War, and I really think you've gotten it really miscommunicated what was that about.
That sucks, man.
But, you know what I'm saying, dude? Like,
It's like an uphill battle. I understand, dude. You have to. I have one friend, my best friend. I bring him up on the channel a good bit, especially during the live streams, that he is a complete anon. He gives me the information. I go through the information. I do research on my own, and then I compile it all, and then I put it out.
Can I out myself a little bit?
That's your call, my friend.
Hey, dude, no, like, you can look up my number or whatever you want. I don't care. Like my wife's like, don't dox us. I'm the dude who asked the flat earth question because I find it very viable.
Oh, I mean, dude, like I said, it's open forum. I don't, I've looked into. One person called, I think it was a lady, called in and said the Earth is like a bowl, like it's enclaved, and I was like, that's pretty interesting. Like, I'd like to look into that. But I've never ever gotten into the flat Earth theory. I've never gotten into anything like that. I turn it pretty much. I like the ET, non-terrestrial stuff. I like consciousness and what we are actually held back from. I'm really into that.
Oh, bro, like I'm so good. I've been so into that for about 3 or 4 years because I was raised like a hardcore Southern Baptist. And me and my cousin, like, you know, he was 101st Airborne, one of the first waves into Iraq, infantry. And he got out of the infantry and went to seminary school and now has his own church and all that. And me and him, like, constantly butt heads because I asked him about the Anunnaki and he was just like, I don't want to talk anymore.
Well, the Anunnaki?
You're like, You're like, come on, dude. Talk to me about the one book removed from the Bible. Come on, man. Like, you call yourself a theologian. Let's get down to this because you think I'm just an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get down to this. Like, bro, I'll sit here and hash it out with you. I love you, but we may see a different than. But also, like, I may see some things that I don't understand from you, and then you also may have some ideas from me that you don't understand, and it might mesh into a beautiful golden age, you know?
Because we're intelligent. And
Right,
literally,
you know,
people make fun of being awake or, a rising in consciousness and whatever. Man, I am not the same person that I used to be 2 years ago. There's no way. That person was so asleep. I watched movies. I actually thought that celebrities were authentic and all this kind of stuff. And dude, they're all political. They're all weaponized. Everything is weaponized.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
I got some good friends in the music industry from Nashville, and I've literally had some ties cut from me because I said, hey, bro, I love you. You're cool, man. Like, we've been friends for years. But are you affiliated with these people? Because I know you're friends with this person, and I know you're friends with that person, and I know they're friends with these people. So, what's up? Is chicken or pizza on your menu?
Right, yeah.
And like legit, they cut contact with me.
Yeah.
Because of that. And these are people that I played music with, a couple of years before I went into the military. So, I've known them for 10, 15 years.
And they were just like,
contact with me whenever I mention these things. Now you're like, bro, like, wow, I was so asleep. Like you said, like 2 years ago, I was a completely different person.
Right, and I grew up with a lot of friends. I grew up with a lot of friends.
People mistake our passion for like anger, and it's like, I'm not angry.
Mm-hmm.
I just really want you to see this.
Yeah. Dude, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I've not lost, but I just feel like that when me and my other friend joke about it that a lot of our friends faded off, and it's not because that we started to get into dive into all this, and we know it's real. We know it's as real as I am sitting here talking to you. I'm saying that they just kind of faded out of the timeline. They faded out of they're gone. Like, they're still around, but I didn't make them go. I don't know. Maybe it's because our consciousness rose and they stayed on one timeline and we're on another timeline now. We can always go back to that, and but I'm telling you that I had about 20 close friends, 20 best friends, and now I have 2. So it's like,
Yeah, dude, I feel you, man. Like, and that's the thing about it is like, it's crazy. Is like, I used to have like, probably like you said, 10 or 15 really good friends, and I'm down to 2 or 3, and those are both dudes that were in the military, man, because they just get it.
Yeah.
One was former Space Command, and
Oh, geez.
the other, yeah, like I started mentioning it to Q to him, and he was like, "Okay, so I'm like the only not crazy person that I know," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" And dude, you know what? Like, okay, so like crazy story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know how much this movement is going, I was in a dispensary in Colorado the other day because I live in Colorado, and I'm standing there checking out, and I hear a dude walk up to the chick who's the bartender beside me, and he's like, it was a few weeks ago when the Yellow Vest protests were going on in France, and he was like, "Yo, chick, it's going on in France." So automatically, I'm a very aware person. I listen to everything going on around me. I'm former military, former counterintelligence, etc. I listen to everything going on around me. So automatically piqued my interest. So, you know, I'm like, hey, people would be pretty pissed off and drag people to the streets if they knew how our banking system really worked, huh? And he was like, yeah, bro. Yeah. So, you know, we're checking out, and I was just like, hey, man, let's go burn one and let's talk about the world.
There you go.
And he was like, oh, dude, I'm so down. So, like, you know, I literally knew this guy for 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. I literally spoke less than a paragraph of sentences to him and said, hey, dude, let's go to my house and let's hang out. Literally invited this guy to my house. We sit here and talk about it. I literally had bought and beautifully framed the Deep State Mapping Project. And I show it to everyone that I can because everyone that sees that are like, their mind just literally like explodes in front of me, and I love it.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
You're just like, dude, your guys are awake. Your guys are literally making the connection. It's like, you know, it's like the 4th of July in your brain right now. So literally this guy comes over, and then the next day was my birthday. So I invited him over, and him and his wife, and like literally, man, I knew this guy less than 18 hours, and he shows up with the full-blown V for Vendetta, like box set with the book and beautiful mask, and I'm like, dude, you're like coolest dude I've ever met, and it's pretty wild to know that I just literally walked across you in public, listen to what you were saying to someone else, and know that the world is more woke than I really think it is.
Absolutely, man. That's the key. You know, the biggest threat, and I say this time and time again, that the biggest threat to this movement, to the world, is definitely the mainstream media. You know, it makes it out to be that we are all crazy and there's a very small number of us. But if you look on the Q board, you know, he's saying that don't believe the statistics that the mainstream media puts out there. The world is watching, right? The world is watching. So
Totally.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
For someone that used to be military intelligence, man, like I was in college a few years ago when the election happened, and I literally went to bed, and I'm not shitting you, man. I armed to the teeth. I was ready to go. Food, water, ammo. You know how we military guys are. I was ready to rock and roll because I was convinced that she was going to be president. Like, I knew what was going on behind the scenes. So
16-year plan.
And when I woke up and Trump was president, I was like, oh my God, dude. Like these guys that like started tuning me into data and malware and all this other stuff that was going on, and scribbleware that's making people who aren't people look like Russians. You know, the people just don't understand that are a possibility. You know, we really were a sleeping giant, if that makes sense. Did you ever read the story about the monster boat?
The what boat?
Okay, so like this lady wrote a story right before the 2016 election called The Monster Boat. Go check it out tomorrow when you get the free time, bro. But it's a letter that she wrote to Donald Trump saying, basically, you've awoken the sleeping giant the Japanese were talking about in World War II. Yeah. And, you know, basically, it's just, I can't really recite as beautifully as it was written, but basically she said, you know, like, look, we may have the big megalopolis popular regions that think they own everything, but there's quite a sleeping populace that's awake in the urban areas of America that know what's going on and support what's going on.
Right.
And that's the only reason why you're going to win, because they completely underestimated that. Just like she said, if he wins, we're all going to hang from nooses, because she knew that. Because she knew that the patriotic Americans like you and I, that were just sick and tired of being sick and tired, stood up and said, you know what? It's like what's going on across the world. We're sick and tired of this, and we're not going to deal with it anymore. And I've been trying to tell people for months, dude, it's 1776 in America right in front of your faces, and you're just watching the Kardashians.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
There's a lot of TV out there that'll put you to sleep, and you got to surround yourself with positive people, even if it's, talking on this channel or meeting people on 8chan or on Twitter or whatever, But, dude, I appreciate the call, my friend. I got about 3 more people calling in. I'm going to round it up. But I'm glad you finally got through, man. Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me on, man. I'm glad I made it on, and I'll call in again soon. Hopefully I'll make it on, and we'll talk about some more stuff.
Absolutely, dude. I enjoyed it.
I work in aerospace and build satellites and stuff for a living, so I really got some interesting stuff to put forward and stuff.
Oh
So.
wow, dude, that is amazing. I want to hear more about it. Yeah, I'm totally into stuff like that. And dude, call back when we do it again, man.
Yeah, man, I email you pretty often, and I'll keep sending you stuff your way.
Okay, perfect, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Much love, brother. Thanks for having me on.
You too, man. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. So what's up? Where did what are you guys talking about with Obama? Did somebody post something about it? Yeah, my thoughts exactly, Appalachia. I would like, maybe he knows something. Who knows? Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Winthrop. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I just wanted to mention that if people really understood what the President of the United States meant when he said he's giving the republic back to the people.
Tell us and fill us in. What does he mean?
Well, it was in 1992 in a landmark case, Williams versus United States, that Anton Scalia pointed out that there was a fourth branch of government that people aren't really aware of. And it's called the common law grand jury.
Mm-hmm.
It's retained by the people. But at the signing of the Constitution, we didn't have people prepared to assume their stations in the judiciary because the bar was already there. And that's where the communists are embedded. That's how they infiltrated us. In the fifth column.
That's a little out of my league.
Well, if you understand the Declaration of Independence, the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence were all members of what's called Committees of Safety and Committees of Correspondence.
Mm-hmm.
They shadowed the British government from 1760 to 1776. So when we kicked the British out, we had people prepared with the knowledge to assume their stations so the colonies wouldn't fall apart. But we failed to have people in the judiciary when we established the Constitution, and the court, the attorneys were already there. The British Accreditation Registry was already there. They're still there today. That's why the grand jury can indict a ham sandwich. The grand jury has been retained by the people. The sheriff doesn't have the authority anymore. We need to take that back. We have 3,133 counties in the United States, and we've been at this for 5 years now, trying to educate people to assume their stations in the judiciary. The time comes. We only have 1,042 people right at the present moment. There's a free online civics course that's 120 hours long with 600 questions that will give people the knowledge that they need to assume their stations in the judiciary, become common law grand jury administrators. Because we are a country of common law.
Correct.
What happened when they assassinated Abraham Lincoln is when they made the United States into a corporation. United States Inc., the 10 square miles of the District of Columbia. That's why the 13th Amendment was changed, meaning that you served in a position of notability, you could not serve in public office. They changed that. That's why we have 67 senators that are bar attorneys, and 46% of Congress was bar attorneys. Most of the legislatures in all the states are bar attorneys. We have 200 universities and colleges in the United States teaching this bar colleges that teach these people the law. They're not teaching them the Constitution. But Anton Scalia in 1992 quite eloquently stated that there's a fourth branch of government and it's retained by the people. But people don't have the knowledge and they can't assume their station. So when we got our government public schools, one little bite at a time, they keep taking this information from the people. That's why we got the educational system we got today. And we don't know what power we possess.
Correct.
People possess the power, and we have the rights, but we can't assume the responsibility of them rights if we don't know them. And that's all by design. So it's really imperative that as many people as we can, we need like another 13,000 people. I mean, that's like unbelievable. You get people to take the free course, get this knowledge in order to assume their station. But the position's going to pay $48,000 to $85,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
So anybody that's looking for a job in the future, they can do their homework now and put the time in to have a job later. I mean, the founding fathers, they shadowed the British government, I should say, for 16 years before we had the Declaration of Independence.
Mm-hmm.
We have to understand why did we leave England in the 1600s? We had the Magna Carta in 1215, but it was 1535 that Henry VIII took over the church. When he took over the church, he enslaved his people and he kicked them all off the king's land. And that's why we left England and came here. We're just so far wrapped around the axle that we don't know our own history, and we're just being consumed.
Correct.
The power is in the knowledge that we've been deprived, and they're taking all this knowledge from us. They're just keeping it from us.
I believe, yes, correct.
What it's all about. Woodrow Wilson told us this in 1913. JFK told us, and that's what got him killed. And Anton Scalia, just before he got killed, he was with Trey Gowdy in an open hearing. Told Trey Gowdy. Trey Gowdy asked him, he says, what happened if you come across the law that we've made? And Anton Scalia says, we ignore it. He says, Congress takes the same oath of office that he takes. They get the first crack at writing these laws to be constitutional. So under the grand jury, they have the power to nullify. It's not, if it's repugnant to the Constitution, it's null and void. But the grand juries have been hijacked through the British Accreditation Registry, which belongs to the bar, which belongs to the Crown. That's why the District of Columbia Incorporated belongs to the Crown. And it happened in 1863.
So we're not actually free, right? We're not free from British rule, are we?
No, we're not. We're enslaved.
Correct.
We're enslaved. But we don't understand how they enslaved us. Well, they enslaved us because they created it one bite at a time is what they did. It was in 1898 when they first issued the birth certificates. That's why we had the separation of church and state, because it was the church's responsibility to maintain the records of live birth, death, and marriages. That was the church's responsibility, not the government. So when they created the District of Columbia and changed the 13th Amendment, then they changed the 14th Amendment, added the 14th Amendment to make us citizens of the United States. Not the United States of America, but citizens of the United States. That's why our names are all capital letters, because they created us as a corporation. In 1898, when they first started issuing the birth certificates by the government. And it was in 1901 or 1903, they started issuing the driver's license. Well, the driver's license was just an issued document. We didn't have to start taking a test to drive until 1946. That's when they created the Uniform Commercial Code, which is worldwide. It's just a worldwide thing. The secret society, it's a worldwide thing. It's a new world order. And, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Right.
Control people, one law at a time. And that's what they've been doing to us. But if we get enough people, and we only need critical mass, we need 4 people in each county of the 3,133 counties in the United States. That's critical mass.
Well,
once we have that, then we can take back our country, because all the corruption is in the judiciary. It's all in the court system.
correct. Yeah, we have to get rid, we have to reset or basically break down the ones who are corrupt within the judiciary system so that we can actually get fair trials, so that we can actually get justice, get rid of these people who are corrupted within the government. We need fair trials. We definitely need all that. And my friend, you are extremely intelligent on history. I'm very impressed.
Well, it's because of this online. It's because of this free online civics course. The civics course will teach you. And there's 3 courses on there, but they just eliminated one. They have a civics course, and then they have a new course that just came out. It's called Government by Consent. But it's free to anybody who wants to take it. But if they want to, they can sign up to become common law grand jury administrators. And you educate yourself to the truth, because only the people save the republic.
Right.
Because we are the militia by default. Don't say if you want to be. You are by default. And the Second Amendment is the militia's first principle. But if the people don't know their rights, they can't assume the responsibility of those rights. They can't wield the power that we possess. But we only possess the power is through the knowledge. And the knowledge has been taken from us by design, from the communists. And that's just the way it is.
Well, we do have to break.
13,000 people.
We basically have to rewrite history, or someone is going to need to.
We don't need to rewrite anything. We just need to reclaim what our founding fathers gave us. See, the Declaration of Independence set us free. It made us kings of our own court. We just didn't have any subjects. But we, the people, are only subject to judicial law, not legislative law. But when they wrote the Legislative Act of 1871, that put us under the British Accreditation Registry. That put us under legislative law, which is administrative law. But see, as being a sovereign with the blessings of liberty, we are the law. That's why we have a Second Amendment, because it's our duty to enforce any law. If we see a crime, it is our duty to stop it. That's who we are. We are the policemen by default.
Correct.
Don't say if you want to be. We are. But see, we're not teaching responsibility anymore. I mean, in the 40s and 50s, and even into the 60s, we had high school seniors driving the bus because they didn't. But now, because of the Civil Rights Act of 1965, and if you see what happened in 1965, that's when the communists just run us over.
Correct.
They killed the man who told us what they were doing. And that's why they killed Anton Scalia. Okay? All this, when you start going back in time and connecting these dots, it's like light bulbs start coming on, and things start to make a lot more sense.
I agree, man. Everyone's asking? I gotta let you go here in a second. What's the address again to do this?
The address is nationallibertyalliance.org. But if you just Google free online civics course, you'll find it. But it's nationallibertyalliance.org. And they're out of New York. And we've already filed papers. Every single elected person in this country.
What's your name, sir?
Governor, Lieutenant Governor. My name is
Winthrop. Like I said, everyone on here is agreeing with you. You got 300 people on here listening. They're all definitely. Say it again.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, this is what our founding fathers gave us.
Yes.
That's why we the people were so big, because they knew we'd lose our way.
Yeah, absolutely.
We weren't prepared.
We
just weren't prepared when they wrote the Constitution to assume our station.
Yeah, I gave everyone.
Papers on everybody.
Everyone is looking. Looks like they're looking into the website. And Winthrop, my friend, call anytime, man. A very informative, great call. Everyone on here agrees, and you're absolutely right. And I appreciate. I've been on since the beginning. Sir?
My fingers in so many different things. I'm really trying to put together a national educational challenge 2020. Get everybody, get all the secretaries of education in the country to take this test. So we can implement it into the high school system, teach out high schools, juniors and seniors.
Right.
The course is so long right now, it's 120 hours, 600 questions. So, I mean, it's a master's degree, it's a wealth of information. And if you look on the website, there's just so much knowledge there. You can access any library in the world. I mean, they're just a pursuit. NationalLibertyAlliance.org is just a facilitator of information.
Well,
it's our responsibility to put the information and implement it. If we can't implement what we don't know, you can't assume the responsibility of the right if you don't know what your rights are. And we have 65 rights. 65. And I bet 99.9% of the people can't name 25 of them. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre, but it's by design. They're keeping this knowledge from us.
Yeah. Well, listen, Winthrop, I got other people calling in. Thank you. Yes, sir. Call back anytime. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Same to you. Yes, sir.
Call from
Vince Edwards.
Hello, Vince.
Vince Edwards.
Hey, Vince, I'm on the line. If you want to mute that stream for me.
Oh, yeah, you got it, man. Rock on. How you doing?
I'm good, my friend. We got a little bit of a delay. I'm going to need you to mute that stream.
Yeah, it's. I just muted it. I shut it off.
Okay, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Right on, man. Hey, thanks for having me on. And I think it's a great segue from the guy that you just had on. He had a wealth of information.
Yeah, he did.
And most people don't understand what can be done with just a couple of witnesses in a court, for example. You know, like the government's coming after us, right? And they want to just take us down. And they're coming after us all one at a time. And we know everything that they're doing in these courts is fraud. But it's not getting witnessed to, right? And there's nothing getting put into the court record, which is the only thing that matters. Now, if you were to just file an affidavit of like for example, you go into a court and you're watching, your buddy, he's in there for whatever it is. They have no probable cause. There was no warrant, and he brings this up in court. Now that's in the common law judicial system, that's supposed to be case dismissed.
Now, if the judge goes and says, okay, well, we're going to set another hearing or something like that, then you would want to make a note of that and say, look, there's obviously no probable cause. He's asked about probable cause. They don't want to present anything. So then you just file two witnesses, files an affidavit into that court system. The theory is, and I'd love to test it out, that pretty much the case goes away. And all the research that I've done, and I mean, I've done like probably 30 years worth of research into all of this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, you see people that get together and they either want, they don't like affidavits. They don't want anybody filing affidavits into a court. And the government will never answer your affidavit. So they're really in a catch-22 as soon as somebody kind of holds them accountable. So, I'm pretty sure the case just goes away. So, I mean, really all we're looking to do is just organize patriots into camps where, there's no hotline to call if your rights have been violated. There's no hotline to call. There's a hotline to call if your house is burning down. That's the fire department.
Right.
And they come down and they, put out the fire. And that's a tragedy and your house burned down and that sucks. But the next day you're like free to pick up all of the pieces, right? And then, and put your life back together. But if your rights are violated, then you're in a situation where like they've thrown you in jail and you're innocent. And you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, presumed innocent until proven guilty. So why am I wearing orange? They put you, it's the whole system is obviously stacked against we the people individually. But and that's the reason they don't want anybody assembling. They don't want any group of people. They're scared of groups of people. You look on YouTube, and anytime 20 patriots walk into a courtroom, that judge is running out of the courtroom, okay? Because they don't want to have anything to do with being exposed in front of a whole bunch of people. And then another thing that you see that's common is that people like myself and others that, we defend ourselves in court. We don't get an attorney, generally speaking. And, they don't want anything to be seen. So they bring us in the afternoon at the end of the docket when everybody else has gone home. Nobody else is in there because the only people that are in there are the people that are required to be there. But what we need to do, honestly, in order to, the point of contact is the cop, and then where they get us is with the court.
Right.
So that's what we need to be focused on. And people they're focused on all this other stuff, but we need to focus on the cop and the court. That's where our rights are under threat, right? So the cop has an oath of office, and the court has a way that they have to do business. But we're not holding them accountable, and that's what Patriot Camp is all about, bringing patriots together into these communities, teaching them about how government is supposed to work. These people are supposed to be our servants, and everybody looks at them as they're the authorities. They're not the authorities, brother. You're the authority. I'm the authority. We the people are the authorities in America. This is the only country on the planet where it's like that. That's the founding fathers. That's what they gave to us. And that's why I was saying it's a great segue to me from that last guy, because that's what he was talking about.
Yes.
All we need to do is reestablish what our founders have already established. And that is go back to the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, read it. You got Amendment 5. No person shall be held for a capital or infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment of a grand jury. So why is one cop grabbing you and dragging you up to a cage? Where's your grand jury indictment? And another thing, why are the indictments, why do these people have to be indicted? Why does Hillary, why doesn't some cop just pick them up for nothing?
Right.
But why do they have to have all of this evidence against Hillary and Obama and all of these other people when it's just, and they have plenty of it, but yet we just get picked up and put in a cage with no indictment?
Right.
Why are Americans, by and large, just all over the place going, why am I in a court right now? Where is the indictment?
Right.
Okay? So that right there is a stark, right there has to be like, slapping you straight in the face going, there's two classes of society. They get indicted, we get arrested. That's what's happening. So, and the reason all that they get indicted is because they know that they have to be indicted. Okay? We don't know that we have to be indicted because nobody ever taught us that.
Yeah, people on the chat are saying we don't even have to be charged to be detained indefinitely, which is insane. I totally get that. Man, great call. You know, I'm rounding up the show right now. And
but it's our ignorance, man. So if I can just shout out my YouTube, man, it's /Vincible World on YouTube. If people can go and sub it up. I am so horribly censored, man. We are so over the target with this because they know that if this gets out, man, and shout out to Blessed to Teach and Law Dog over there too, and Rick. But listen, man, if we can make this happen, man, I just want in autonomous communities. I'm not looking to like be Ray Kroc here. You know what I'm saying? I want autonomous communities, and we just support you to self-sustainability. Boom, you're done. Get 20, 30 patriots, staff it up. Nobody has to go to an hourly job, and so that you got the hotline. You can even get crazy with a fire pole, and everybody just slides down the fire pole and gets on the bus.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm really serious about this.
Well, I could feel the passion. I can hear the passion. And what's the address? What's the channel again?
All right, yeah, it's youtube.com/Vincible World. That's Twitter, that's LinkedIn, that's Gab, that's Minds. BitChute, really important if I could get some BitChute subs because the YouTube channel is so horribly censored, man. Look, I've been sitting at 1,200 subscribers forever, man. Ask like all my people that you know have been my supporters, man. And they're like, I am the most censored man on the internet. A lot of people will back me up on that. And you can probably figure out why.
Oh no, yeah, you know you're spouting truth, and I get it's Vincible on what on Twitter? What'd you say? Vincible what?
Vincible World. What we the people, we don't need government. We don't need a government anymore. Look, we the people in America. And I'm not saying we oppose them. I'm saying we employ them. These are people in the government. The government can't operate if there's no people in it, right?
Right.
So all we have to do is provide a better quality of life for those people in the government. And then it's over.
Yeah, man, I totally understand what you're saying. You're definitely being censored because you're definitely a patriot, my friend. But listen.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, man, and I really appreciate you having me on. And again, if Rick and Law Dog, if they hear this, man, that'd be awesome because I might be able to get on Blessed to Teach. I'm trying to get on over there. Shout out to Space Shot. And, you know, all those guys on that side, all the YouTubers, man, we need to make it happen now. We don't have to sit back and watch and wait for other people to do it. We can actually do it ourselves. And you look at the Wall Fund, man, look at that, 275,000 people. If people want to check out my second to last bid, it's my Christmas video, the one I posted on December 25th. I'm talking about, look, if we can get 1% of 275,000 people, 1% of those people to just pack up everything, not nail down, and move off into some remote location and be ready to answer the call and jump on a bus. Okay,
and that's youtube.com/what? Vincible?
youtube.com/Vince World. Vince World.
Vince BINCABEEL.
VINCE as in Vincent. Vincible World. As in invincible.
Yeah.
And my name's Vince. So a little play on words there, Vincible World.
Yeah. Hold on, let me bring it up so I can put it in the chat. Let's see if it comes
Rock
up.
on, man. Hey, yeah, if you want to play my last video, my Christmas video, it's the 6 minute and 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shout out to Brian Kolfage, man. Because he's got the list right now.
Oh, Patriot Camp 17?
What's that?
Patriot Camp 17, is that you?
Yep, Patriot Camp 17. Yeah, I'm Vince Edwards, yep. I'm the coordinator here at Camp 17. And shout out to William Moreau, okay? Commander William Moreau, man.
All right, my friend, I am posting your link in the chat, okay?
And we got Camp 45. I got to shout out anybody in Maine. I'm in Colorado. Anybody looking to join a Patriot camp, we got Maine and Colorado starting up. Holler at me.
All right, man. Well, keep in touch with me, man. Yeah, Q-tubers and Patriots alike need to stick together.
Oh yeah, amen, man. We can make it happen now, and we can live in an abundant world, man. Humanity has so much potential, man. All we got to do is just now unleash it. And man, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. All these rumors about, all these deep staters getting taken down, I'm ready to look past that now, and let's go fast forward, man.
I totally agree, my friend. Vince, I want to thank you for calling in.
Hey, man, I want to thank you for having me on. The 6th one was a charm.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Call from
Martin.
to accept, press 1. To send.
Hello, Martin.
Hey, how you doing? Let me turn this down.
Okay. This is going to be the last call of the night.
Beautiful. How you doing today, Tom?
I'm good, man. Getting a little tired, and I've just done a lot of work today. What's up, my friend? What's on your mind?
Oh, a bunch of things. I was just wondering, what you don't understand about the UFO phenomenon.
I don't?
Yeah, what don't you understand about it?
Oh, no. I'm totally into that stuff.
Well, I've been doing it for 30 years. I'm the person.
I love it. I mean, I'm reading The Law of One right now.
Okay. I was reading your, some of the posts that the people are making. Some of the posters are just giving false information about aliens, saying that they're demons, and, just a bunch of negative stuff that just really isn't true.
Yeah, I mean, I get that stuff all the time. I get that. I like to be on all spectrums of, if you want to talk UFOs, you want to talk Illuminati, you want to talk Q. I mean, I like all that stuff. But yeah, I do. If I bring up aliens, yeah, I get bashed for it.
Yeah, there's 200 years ago, 200 million years ago, they did this very same thing as they're doing with us now. They did it to the reptiles. Most of them all left. Some of them still live underneath the Earth in the Antarctic. I guess I heard that that's what they're doing down there, that they're they're just trying to rip the people off, the government off. They don't really have anything. They just want some gold and silver and titanium. And all the rich people are flocking down there to the Antarctica trying to get a deal on some, advanced technology that they're not going to get. I mean, there's rules. And it's just a hollowed out piece of craft. Everything was taken out of it. Any type of technology or tools or anything like that. Nobody gets to leave here from Earth. That's why they shut down the space program. They know that.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. No captain, no lieutenant, no king, no prince. No one gets to leave here for the pole shift. They all have to stay here with us and with the people they despise and endure the pole shift.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about reptilians?
Yeah, the reptiles, right. That's what I was just saying when my first comment was that 200 million years ago, the reptiles were evolved here on this planet by the Greys. The Greys, they run the show in this part of the galaxy, universe. I'm not sure. I know there's a bunch of them, but that's what they did. Now they're doing it to the apes. That's us. We're about 95, 96% genetically identical to pygmy chimpanzees. They are evolving us now. It's our turn. This is our schoolhouse. They put all these planets here so we could learn. Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury. Well, not Mercury. Mercury is it's really a moon. It looks exactly like a moon. It's the sun's moon. Like we have a moon.
Yeah.
The sun has a moon. We call it a planet. It's not really a planet.
What are your thoughts on Antarctica?
Yeah, Antarctica. There's
pole shift. And it's between, southern tip of Chile there and Africa. So we'll gain some land just above the Antarctic. When it flips, the whole thing flips. What happens is the East Coast, we get inundated with water. The water comes up, but on the other side of our country, California, that goes into the water. They get a deep bath. It kills 60% of the people on this planet will die in 1 hour. And the other 30% will die soon after from starvation-related diseases.
Well, I got one more question for you, and then I'm going to round up the show, man. What do you think about Earth 2?
About a second Earth?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure there's got to be planets that are, very close to identical to Earth. I know that there are people who are identical to us, only much smarter, but we couldn't breathe. I mean, no babies. If we were to have sex with them, nothing would happen. But sure, there are plenty of similar planets. There's trillions and trillions of habitable planets out there.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, Tom.
My friend, Martin, correct? That's your name?
That's correct.
My friend, I thank you so much for calling. I love talking alien. You call in anytime we can talk about that. I'm just worn out, man. I've been on the air for 2 hours and 5 minutes. And I put out 2 podcasts today, a lot of editing. So I really appreciate the call. I love talking that stuff with you, my friend.
Aren't you going back to work or something on the 8th, January 8th?
Yeah, on the 2nd. I'll be back at work. So the content will slow down. But by the end of January, I will have a brand new studio in my office. The money's there. I'm basically getting a lot of stuff built at this moment. So it's going to be a very, very cool upgrade, my friend.
Well, thank you for all your hard work, Tom. I'm grateful.
Thanks, Martin, man. That means a lot to me, and I'm glad we ended out with you as the last caller. Good high note to end on. All right, my friend. Good night. Guys, that is the podcast, the live stream, rather. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of good calls, a lot of good information. If you want to donate to the channel for the free content, you certainly can. You can go down to the money sign up under the super chat. You can go to my PayPal or my Patreon. They're always in the description boxes in all of my videos. That's what will help upgrade this channel. We are a growing channel, and I think we're going to get very far. I think we're going to be a heavy hitter when the shit hits the fan, if you know what I mean. Guys, I want to thank all the callers today. I want to thank all of the donations today. Great show. Just, I'm sorry I got tired at the end. I've just been doing a lot of editing, a lot of looking at this screen. And this is probably why I fight off migraines. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Definitely, if you are not familiar with the Q board, you definitely need to get on 8chan. It's a lot of fun. Follow me on Twitter at True Reporting. And please leave a like. I know we're at 426 likes. Let's try to get to 500. So before you leave here tonight, please click the blue bell and the blue thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And my friends, I want to thank you so much for everything. Keep in touch. I'll probably do a podcast tomorrow. Hopefully Q will do some drops, and we'll move on from there, guys. Have a wonderful night. Love you guys. Bye.